What's wrong?
My parents.
Herodotos. I'm so sorry.
I thought I'd be able to see them again. To show them my life's work. But now, I'm sorry to ask this of you. But could you take me to Samos? I need to pay my respects.
Of course, my friend.
Thank you. I'm not sure I could make this trip alone.
Alright, so... Oh, whoops. Hello everybody, welcome back to Assassin's Creed Odyssey. As you can see, we are picking up with the Lost Tale of Greece that we unlocked by beating the game last time. Also, as you can see, I still have not done that other quest for that dickhead because I still have not brought myself to do it. But yeah, so we got 2 more Lost Tales. I looked it up. Well, technically I looked up the achievements for this game just to see what was base game achievements and what was others. Turns out I got all the base game achievements. Which I kind of figured, but you know, I thought I'd check just to be safe in case there's some secret achievements I missed. But no, I got them all. But doing that, I also saw that the first 2 achievements that we had on the achievement, I guess I can look while it's loading. The Air of Memories in every story has an ending. Both of those are Lost Tales that unlock. I didn't look to see when they unlock. I assume that the second one will unlock after we do this one. I don't know that, but I'm going to assume that. So yeah. Figured we'd finish off these 2 and then get a head start or get a little bit of a start into the First Blade DLC. I don't know how long any of the DLCs are. Because I looked up how long is the Legacy of the First Blade DLC, and it did give me, I don't remember how long, but it did give me something in hours to complete, but I don't know if it was for like part 1 or all 3 parts, so I remember it being like a fairly like 6 or 8 hours or something, I think. So I imagine it was for all 3 parts because, you know, I don't know how much stuff is going to be added with it because I know the Fate of Atlantis DLC adds like new areas to go to, but as far as I'm aware, the Legacy of the First Blade doesn't.
This is it.
It just adds stuff to the existing map.
Being back?
Like... words escape me.
That's a first.
To my eyes, it's home. The smells and sounds are familiar, but it's been so long. I don't know if I can do this.
Take it at your own speed. You'll get through this.
When I hear you say it, it does feel more true.
You're stronger than you know.
You're right. I suppose we should head to my family home first.
Lead the way.
You know, I kind of wish that this guy had been in more of it. Like, because he was on the boat for pretty much the entirety of the game. Like, you pick him up fairly early, and then I don't think he ever leaves you at any point. But after you do, like, the first few quests with him, he just kind of is just there. He doesn't do a whole lot.
New people to watch. From the sailors, often a new word to learn. Most of which got me in trouble.
I'm sure your mother remembered those days fondly.
I know I do. So many faces I don't recognize.
You've been gone a long time.
Even so, I was hoping there'd be someone I know. Someone who'd remind me of my life before I left.
We've only just arrived. It'll be okay.
But yeah, because like Barnabas was in a few quests here and there. He would show up. Still not very often, but every once in a while. But Herodotos here, he was like barely in it after his first
I came to
little
Samos
bit.
at a young age, but I was born in Aligarnassos. Those are days I'd rather not remember. It doesn't look like it's changed much in my absence.
Because yeah, so like this is,
One of your toys?
like since we first picked him up, this is probably the most that we've seen of him.
He wouldn't let me play with it.
Because like we picked him up and we did a few quests in Athens that he was there for, but
This pottery looks special.
My father always felt art was a great outlet when things seemed overwhelming.
You know, because like Assassin's Creed does this thing, right? Where pretty much no matter what time period you're in, the assassin you play as meets everyone that was important during that time period. And if they didn't do that, I was just thinking like some of these other characters that we met in that were famous people.
But not to live. Is there something about this place I don't yet see?
One of my first writings. I was always restless here. Always wanting to learn more about the world beyond, and the world that was.
Because, I mean, like, to be fair, Socrates probably could have been replaced by this guy. Like, just, like, it would have only required, like, a little bit of dialogue change.
Herodotos.
I mean, it doesn't mean that Socrates couldn't have been in it, but just, like, he was in it a lot. Like, I feel like Socrates was probably in this game more than Herodotos
It
did.
has indeed. You're looking well. As are you, Theodorus.
I can't believe you've come skulking back. After all this time, I should go. I'm glad you're back. You have some nerve, little brother. You stroll back into this house when you didn't even return for the funeral. I regret ever sending you that letter.
Why doesn't everyone just take a deep breath?
How could you say I didn't come back when I'm here, right now? We came as soon as the letter arrived.
You must have swam here then. It's been 5 moons since I sent that. And who are you exactly? How does any of this involve you?
She's a friend.
Oh, how nice. You went off to write and explore while making friends, and you left me here to take care of everything.
I couldn't stay here. I needed to leave.
You could have taken me with you. I have things to attend to. One of us still cares about Samos.
At least tell me where they died.
We marked a spot on the nearby cliffs. Pay your respects, and then leave. There's nothing for you here now.
He's not like you at all.
He means well. He's been here this whole time grieving and thinking I didn't care.
This isn't your fault. Don't let him...
It's a bit late for that.
I know this wasn't the welcome you were expecting.
But perhaps it was the one I deserved. For now, I only want to see where they died. I owe that to them.
I'll come with you.
I'd like that.
If you're ready, we should go.
Waiting to face reality will do me no good.
So, I mean, fuck, I had a thought there while we were talking, and then I completely fucking forgot about it. Oh, the 5 moons, right? Like, is that 5 months? Like, is it 5 moons as in, like, new moon to full moon, which would be about a month, I guess? Or is, like, 5 moons mean just, like, 5 times that the moon showed up, which would be 5 days, in which case we made it here pretty fucking good. Like, I mean, granted, I don't exactly know where he picked the letter up, but, you know,
But it wasn't the life for you.
God, he's so far away. You know, this game came out before Red Dead Redemption, right? I guess, no, never mind. I was going to say something else, but no, never mind. It wouldn't have made sense. I was wrong in what I was remembering. Yeah, I mean, like, 5 moons could mean either, right? Like, it could mean 5 days or 5 months. Oh, fucking, are you kidding me right now? Fucking pigs? Are you kidding me? Like I said, worst fucking creature in here. You know, it probably wouldn't piss me off as much if it made any sense whatsoever. Like, it makes no sense that fucking boars are... Like, I know that boars can be violent, but there's no way that they're this violent. Like, I don't believe that the lions in that are as violent as they make them out to be in this game, let alone the boars.
I can't believe This is where my parents last stood. Where fate decided to take them from us. I thought I'd write about their history on Samos and all they did one day. But not this soon. I should have been here. Should never have left.
There's no point thinking about things you should have done. That doesn't help.
But
You're not a fighter, Herodotos. You couldn't have stopped this.
perhaps you're right.
I want you to remember that while we're on Samos.
I'll try. I just wish I could have seen them once more.
Do you have a favorite memory of them?
I remember when my father taught me to swim. He tossed me off the side of the dock. I thought I was going to drown, but then I saw what I thought was a shark. I flailed my arms and kicked my legs until I made it to shore, only to see it was Theodoros, with a bit of rock above his head. I still remember the sound of my father's laugh and the warmth of my mother's embrace.
Did your parents like it on Samos?
It was more than just a home to them. I saw how happy this place made them, and only wanted to feel the same somewhere as well.
What did your parents think of your writing?
They always encouraged it. It helped that Theodoros was talented as well, although he always felt more drawn to poetry. If it weren't for their support, there's a good chance I would have never pursued it.
If there's anything you'd like to say about your parents, you should.
I always feel more comfortable writing than I do speaking.
I'm not going to judge. And I know they wouldn't either.
They meant everything to me. They always encouraged me. I knew they'd be happy for me no matter what. I'm sorry I didn't come back sooner. There was so much I wanted to tell you, to show you. Mother, you were one of the strongest people I knew. You pushed for truth, no matter the obstacle. Father, your compassion is something I won't soon forget. You taught me it was okay to feel, for myself and for others. Your names and deeds won't be forgotten. We should head back.
All right, boys. You thought it was a good idea, eh? You saw us walking up and you were like, that looks like an easy mark. That looks like somebody we can defeat. I mean, to be fair, considering the people that we've seen just walking around, like the amount of soldiers and that, I feel like just because I'm heavily armored would mean absolutely nothing to these people. Because, like, obviously, like, there's a huge amount of people at this point in time that are, like, fucking just, like, armored just to be safe, like. Good night to you. Alright.
We should see if Theodoros or Nestor know anything.
Why do I have a feeling they don't belong here?
I've
What?
never heard of them being on Samos. Something is going on. Maybe Watch out!
Stay close.
Followers of Ares here. I don't understand.
The question is whether they came on their own, or someone sent them.
Neither outcome is favorable for us, nor Samos. I wonder what my parents would do.
Exactly what we're going to do. Protect Samos.
Yeah, generally, that's... Yeah.
We can't wait much longer. Do you understand? Of course. We want the same thing. This war has caused enough problems. Samos doesn't deserve to be caught in the middle. I couldn't agree more.
I think they made a deal with the Ares people to make it so that like neither army gets control of Samos.
You're back. I hoped you'd set sail already.
Now isn't the time. We were just attacked.
Gods cursed these warring Greeks. Was it the Athenians or the Spartans this time?
Neither. It was a group called the Followers of Ares.
Whoever it was, thank the gods you're okay.
Have either of you heard of the Followers of Ares?
Only in name. Who are they?
They only care for one thing. War.
And you believe they're here, on Samos?
They're the ones who attacked us. Have you noticed anything suspicious lately? Strange ships, docking, groups of people you haven't seen before?
No, things have been normal. It's been a welcome change.
Something is happening here on Samos. We need answers.
She's right. If the followers of Ares are here, there's a reason for it.
Then it's another reason for you to go. We'll handle whatever is happening here.
This is my home too. I'm not leaving until I get to the bottom of this.
If it's not safe, you shouldn't stay.
He's plenty safe with me.
Of course. Come, mister. If this fool won't heed our warnings, it's not our concern.
They weren't much help.
Something doesn't add up. How could Theodoros and Mr. both know nothing?
I think they were keeping something from us.
But why?
That's what we need to find out. What's next?
If they're somewhere on this island, they'd stay away from the city. There was a cave I used to play in as a child. It may be worth looking into.
Let's start there.
Alright, so I guess we're hunting down the followers of Ares. Well, I was gonna say that's a change, but I guess it's really not. I mean, I have had quests to hunt them down before. Are you gonna give me the actual quest? No, you're not. Oh, I bet you that's what was popping up right there. Alright. Where is it? 600. That's not bad. Phobos, there you are. Alright. So yeah, I mean, I wonder if they did this DLC with this guy just so that he was in it a bit more. Because, I mean, up until, once again, I don't know the order that any of these Lost Tales came out. I highly doubt that they came out in the order I played them in. But, like, I'm wondering if this one, like, I wonder how late this one came out, because, like, this is only the second one that involved people we knew, right? Because there's the one that had Barnabas, well, more specifically his daughter in it, right? Was that a Lost Tale, though? Ooh, you know what? That one may not have even been a Lost Tale. That one might have just been a... I don't actually... Yeah, now that I think about it, I'm not sure if that was a Lost Tale or not. I think so, though, because, like, it was like a whole video all by itself. So I think that one was a Lost Tale. And then we have this one here through Herodotos. And like I said, Barnabas was here and there. Mainly just... I mean, he was in that one for, like, the islands, like the Silver Islands or whatever it was, and freeing them. Like, he showed up in that quest a couple times, I think. I mean, he didn't do anything, but I mean, he was there. Whereas Herodotos there, after his quest there in Athens or whatever, which to be, I guess, just before Athens, because we went to see the the Oracle. We went to see the Oracle, and I think that was pretty much it.
I'll follow you in after you've finished.
Killing everyone inside.
Yes, that.
Because, yeah, after we went to see the... Because he was there when we went to see the Oracle. And I don't think that he really did anything after that, did he? I mean, if he did, it was, like... insanely minor. This is weird. I mean, I'm just going to do this thing. I feel like they spawned in, but hadn't really... Like, they hadn't been activated, basically. Oh, God. The fucking animation, or like the lack of an animation cancel for your dodge is a little rough sometimes. But yeah, so maybe that's why they made this DLC with him in it, just to give him a bit more.
So this is where they've been hiding.
You were right to suggest we look here. But they've been dealt with.
We still need to find out what they were doing here in the first place. Let's look around.
And you know, come to think of it, Barnabas probably wasn't in a whole lot of quests, like a whole lot of stuff that you guys saw if you've just been watching, not playing it, obviously. But I know in between parts, like I would get some conversations with Barnabas on the boat a lot.
Coins aren't like any I've seen before.
I have.
Just like comments about stuff that they've been doing, or like Cassandra's been doing, or stuff that like recent quests that we had done. Every once in a while you'd have like a story to tell, but like Herodotos was more or less quiet on the boat.
Quite influential on Samos, but Missos is missing.
So does that mean that Mistor is the bad guy? Because I mean, one of the two.
Athenian and Spartan uniforms.
They could have the people of Samos believe they were attacking from either side.
Yeah, they could. It wouldn't take very much. I mean, I got myself sets of both of those.
I didn't take the followers of Ares to be lovers of poetry.
They're not. This work, it's awfully close to the style Theodorus uses. Why would his writings be here?
Oh, they're throwing it on two people.
I didn't take them for the heirloom type.
How did they? That's our family's sigil.
They must have stolen it.
There's no way they could have found that on their own. It was given to them.
I mean, I feel like you could very easily find that on their own if they busted into your house and took it. But like, oh, that's body parts there. Oh, awesome. All right. I feel like it's got to be his brother, right? Because like, I guess they're both his brother, but Theodorus, right? Because like they have his poetry, and the other brother's name is missing off the list, and you know, odds are that guy wouldn't want his brother hurt, right? So that would make sense.
I'm afraid to even say what I think is going on here.
This island and these people are yours. Tell me what you're thinking.
Persia wants to take control of Samos. It'd be a good staging ground for something greater.
You're right.
I only wish that was all there is to worry about.
What is it?
If Persia is involved, they couldn't have done this alone. They would have needed someone here to help them.
Someone with ties to the Empire.
And influence on Samos, yes. Other than myself, there are only two others who could be responsible for what's going to happen and for what already has.
Herodotos.
With everything we've found, everything you've seen and heard, please, just tell me which of them it is.
I mean, if I have to choose one, I'm going to go with Theodoros. I would say both based on that little conversation that we listened to after being attacked,
but...
but...
the followers of Ares here.
I was afraid you'd say that, but I know you must be right.
What do you want to do now?
I need to talk to Theodorus.
I mean, I could very easily
I don't
be wrong.
understand why he'd do this.
Because, like...
a powerful motivator, as can the promise of power.
But he already had both of those.
I know you want to understand it all, but we don't always get the answers we seek.
Because, like, he said that the poetry was almost like his brother... was almost like the style Theodorus used. Now, that could very easily be because, like, you know, he hasn't been home in a while, so maybe his style's changed a bit, so it's almost like it. It could be because maybe his other brother, Mistor, or whatever the fuck his name was, also tried his hand at some poetry and didn't work out. And it could just be that maybe one of the followers of Ares is a poet and just happened to have a style very similar to his brothers. I mean, I don't know enough about poetry to know how likely that is. I mean, I don't really know anything about styles of poetry. It's not something that I was ever interested in, you know? I know that there's like, fucking like, good God. I know like there's haikus and like epic poems are long as fuck. 'Cause that's like the, Beowulf and Gilgamesh is considered an epic poem. The Odyssey and the Iliad, I think, were considered poems, but I'm not, or epic poems, but I'm not 100% on those. Because, having read all three of those, the Iliad and the Odyssey were written very differently to Beowulf and Grendel. Was it called Beowulf and Grendel? Did I say Gilgamesh last time as well? Oh, we're not apparently on a road. Anyway, it's, okay. Why the fuck am I getting attacked there? That's weird. But either way, it doesn't, you know, like, but for all I know, you know, that, like, they just called everything poems back then. I mean, although he said that he's a writer, but he wasn't really into poetry. So, I mean, also, is there just fucking followers everywhere on this fucking island? Jesus Christ. So, I mean, I guess there is a difference, but I don't know. I know that there's some poems that are more or less just, you know, stories. Because I know that, like, because, like, Edgar Allan Poe, I haven't really, I have a book full of his shit here. But I haven't got to it yet. So, like, I don't know, like, because I know those are all considered poems, but I know of a couple of his that are like a little bit longer. But I don't know. We'll see. Because, like I said, it could be the other brother. I mean, if I had to choose one or the other, I'm going to go with this one. Because he didn't say that his other brother's name was on the list. Like, he didn't say that Herodotos here was on the list.
You've forgotten that you no longer live here, Herodotos.
We know what you did.
We found the cave where the followers of Ares were hiding.
Why are you working for the Persians? The people of Samos don't deserve to be subjected to the same things we were. Or do you not remember why we left in the first place?
How dare you? Everything I've done has been for the good of Samos. I wish to free Samos from this war, but for you to accuse me of handing it to the Persians...
Did you order them to kill our parents? Or was it a mistake on their part?
You should have never come back here.
Theodoros!
May not have been him.
I know that wasn't easy for you, but it's not over yet.
We tasked ourselves with protecting Samos, and it's not yet safe. We need to go after him.
Where to?
To find Mistur, and Theodoros too.
There's no way Theodoros could have ordered these troops to attack us.
Nope, definitely not. So it is Herodotos. Like I said, it was very loose that it was the other guy, that it was that guy.
I could use some help over here.
Could you? I don't know who he's talking to.
I'm not going to hold back.
God. The fucking civilians are getting in on this fight with me this time instead of against me, but they are getting in the road. Although it doesn't look like they, oh, good God. Oh, yeah, there's another guy over here. Do that. Okay, we good? We good. He is 500 meters that away. Alright. So yeah, like she said, Theodoros could not have... Okay, well, that was a mistake to summon him now. Could not have fucking sent those guys after us. But, you know, I was only like... Honestly, it was 50-50. I just, you know... Like I said, I felt like it was him, but... I mean, the evidence really could have went either way. I feel like if they would have told me whether or not Theodoros' name was on that list, or if I caught what that list was, because I didn't catch what they said about the list. All I caught was that Mistor's name wasn't on it. Good Christ, the fucking boars. Look at how heavily trafficked this road is. And you're telling me that a fucking boar is going to attack people on it? Bull fucking shit. They're gonna stay away because that is way too many people. But yeah, like they're just like, oh, Mistor's name isn't on it. It's like, alright, but is the other one's name on it? No. Because like they didn't say that. If they said that his name was on it, then I would have been like, alright, well, it's probably not him then. Because the other guy's name was missing. But they didn't say that. They just said that the one's name was missing. Which I guess kind of means that the other one's name kind of had to be there. Otherwise that wouldn't have made too much sense, but whatever. Okay, so I get some guys marked here. I don't know what the hell I'm trying to mark there, but whatever. Okay. Get rid of some guys here. Thin the herd a little bit. Alright. Yeah? What do you got, boy? What do you got? Oh, you got poison. Which I knew. I just thought I had managed to counter that, but once again, my left bumper. I really got to stop going for the counter. Because my left bumper is still a little fucked up. So, like, I constantly go to hit it. It's not quite as obvious on this game, obviously, because, like, I don't use it a whole lot, because outside of, my abilities, right, it doesn't really, I don't use it, right, like, because I don't parry in this game, I dodge. I'm a very dodgy person when it comes to combat like this. Even in, like, Dark Souls, I was always dodgy. I didn't parry a whole lot.
I'll get you out of here.
Lead the way.
And, so yeah, like, I don't notice as much in here. I notice it a lot when I play Hitman, though. Because, left bumpers run in that game. Like, I'll be jogging, and all of a sudden, just, like, he'll, like, just go back down to, like, a saunter, and it's like, oh, fuck. Or, like, I'll go to run, and he'll just, like, calmly walk, and it's like, come on. But yeah, I feel, yeah. So I wonder what happens if you confront the other guy first, because, I mean, he couldn't, like, he may not have sent those people directly after us. Like, for all we know, he sent them after Theodoros.
You should be safe now. Where is Mistor?
After he ordered me locked up, he left. Seemed impatient.
Theodoros.
Not another word from you.
I was wrong. I'm sorry.
Once you've dealt with Mistor, you need to leave for good. Samos won't need you any longer. Neither will I.
You know what needs to be done now, right?
Unfortunately, I do.
You can stay behind if you want. I can do it myself.
No, I need to see him. I need to know why he did this.
Oh man, are we, like, one fight away from the end of this one? That would be a fast lost tale. I mean, the other ones were all, like, about an hour long. We're not even at 40 minutes yet. Like, we may wrap this up before the 40 minutes. And if we do, I'll just call the video there. Because, like, I don't have any other side quests or anything to do.
I have you now.
Well, I defeated him.
She's in my sights.
There we go. And yeah, he teleported back up. It was too good to not kick him. I really didn't expect, like, so many, like, I've tried kicking mercenaries off cliffs, and, like, they've patched it so that you can't do that anymore. I did not expect him to go flying like that.
Okay, you got me.
How could you do this after everything our family did for you? You took you in, and you had them killed.
That was an unfortunate accident. I promise you, I weep for their deaths every day.
I don't trust anything you say.
Why trick Theodoros into helping you?
Allies are hard to come by, and Theodoros was more than willing.
Tell me
He
what
was
the
helping
Persians
him.
are planning.
Samos would make a good stronghold, don't you think?
You betrayed Samos, your family.
Not everything is black and white. Sometimes, people need others to make the best decision for them. And they're giving me Samos to rule.
It doesn't matter now. The followers of Ares working for you are dead.
Everyone will know what you did here. I'll make sure of it.
Oh, I hope you do. I've always wanted my name to be remembered. However, you may not want to start writing just yet.
What do you mean?
The ships are already on their way.
Let him go. We need to stop the ships. I'll meet you there.
Alright, well, I mean, that will definitely extend this a bit with ship battle, so that's good. We won't have a really short video. Oh, yeah, defense Samos. Oh my god, only 4? That's it? Against my fucking legendary ship here? Good god, fucking beepers out there, dogs barking. I think somebody blew a sewer line. Not one connected to mine. Like, not one connected to my house, but I think somebody blew a sewer line because they were out there doing shit, and I was going to bed, or I was about to go to bed. I was dicking around on my computer a bit, and I heard some guy yelling at him about whether or not he'd be able to take a shower, or whether or not he'd be able to take it. He was like, "Do you think I'll be able to take a shower tonight?" And I looked, and it's like, I realized like I work fairly early in the morning. Like, I have to get up at, on days that I work, I have to go to bed at like I wake up at 4 in the morning, right? So I go to bed at 9 so that I get a decent amount of sleep. And come on. Yep, that should finish it. Yep. So like I realized that I probably, end up sleeping like at way earlier than other people do. Man, setting shit on fire is not easy. There we go, get that. Go, got that one. Yeah. I love that, like, because like obviously after you get through all of the ancient tablet stuff for like upgrades and that, all it takes is like an insane amount of resources, right? And I've put 2 upgrades of insane resources into this ship, and both of them were in the hull, which increases both its defense and its health. So not only does it take less damage, it has more health. Like, ooh, that was a good one. I must have. Come on. Are they though? Are they? I don't think so. Ugh. Well, I mean, they still did manage it.
There will be more battles like that. Nothing the Adrestia can handle.
You know what? Let's just. Boop. I mean, why would you ever board them? Like, in all honesty, there's almost no reason to actually board a ship in this game. Because, like, I mean, you do get loot for boarding them. Like, they do have their treasure chests on them. But, like, it's just never worth it, right? Like, the main thing that you need from the boats, until your ship is fully upgraded anyway, is olive wood. Like, that's the thing that you need the most of to upgrade your ship. Everything else you can get by taking apart your equipment, right? Like I don't think that I ever actually needed, like, you see me pick up other resources like the precious gems and the iron and all that, right? And like, yeah, I still pick them up every now and then if I'm running by them. But I don't think, I think at near the beginning of the game, like while I was still on Kefalonia, I think was the only time that I actually like hunted down that stuff where I actually like specifically searched for it. Because after that, I saw that there wasn't really a whole lot for me to spend money on. So I just took apart all my equipment and I got so many resources. It's ridiculous.
What
Except
about
for
Mister?
the olive wood.
After his failure, he won't get a second chance. Plus, there's no way he'd stay on...
About Herodotos. It was my fault you accused him.
But only because I didn't trust myself enough to do so.
But you trusted me.
My trust in you was sound. It was still my choice to accuse him, not yours. Thank you for everything, Kassandra. Without you, I couldn't have gotten through this.
Alright. I'm assuming we still have more, though.
I sometimes feel like we spent as much time at sea as on land.
You
Maybe
may
you
be
have.
right. We've traveled a lot together.
I think it may be time I set off on my own.
Of course. As much as I like you by my side, I can't expect you to stay forever.
I figured I'd take my leave while you still feel that way. It will feel strange, though.
It will take some getting used to. Well, where should I take you?
The docks near Athens should do. There are some others I'd like to say goodbye to as well.
I'm sure they'll be sorry to see you go. To Athens.
Alright. Fuck. I wonder if the developers, while they were making some of these quests, actually expected you to sail there. Like, I don't plan to, because obviously, like, I mean, there was some times at the beginning where you actually got to see me sail. You don't see me sail to a place very often. I can tell you right now, it takes a long time. Especially if you forget to hit travel speed and you're just going at like whatever regular full speed is. Oof, let me tell you, it takes a long time. I can't remember where I was going, but fuck, that was taking forever. And then I was like, oh man, I wasn't in travel speed. Still took a while, but you know, sped it up. Because like what I'm wondering is if you actually take the boat, and I gotta say, even if I wasn't recording this, and therefore wanting to get through it a little bit faster than normal, I still would not sail back. But like, I'm wondering if you sail back, if there's conversations that happen with them. Because like, I was just thinking that because I clear areas ahead of needing to go to them for story reasons or for video reasons, there may have been times where like it was sending me to an island or something, and because I'd already been there, because I had already cleared it, I had the fast travel point there, so I just fast traveled there. But maybe if I hadn't had the fast travel point and I sailed there when the story told me to, like maybe Herodotos would have been in this a bit more. Because like I said, I've had, like the reason why I'm thinking that Barnabas was in it more than Herodotos was because he talks a lot more. Like I've heard him talk while on the ship, while sailing from place to place a lot more. But I'm wondering, because like Herodotos is supposed to be recording like what I've been doing in that, right? So there is a possibility that if I, during the quest, if I had actually sailed from place to place instead of fast traveling because I'd already been there, maybe he would have had a little bit more to say. Maybe it would have been like he was there more than he was, you know?
I sometimes pinch myself to make sure that I'm awake and that all we went through truly happened.
With your writings, it won't soon be forgotten either.
The world will be better knowing. My mind is flooded with the memories of all we experienced.
Do you have a favorite?
How could I possibly decide? You opened my eyes to so much, uncovered so many secrets and mysteries that will change the course of the world. Your spear and all it suggests. Atlantis, the cult.
When you start listing everything, you're right. I'm quite amazing.
And humble.
One of my stronger traits.
I wonder what the great eagle bearer will remember best from this journey.
It's like you said. It's impossible to pick just one.
It feels we met so long ago now, but we've also been through a lot in such a short time.
I'm glad you visited the Pythia that day and saw Varnavas.
I guess this is it. As much as I'll miss our conversations, this is where our paths diverge.
Where is your path taking you now?
To Thuri.
What's waiting for you there?
That's the exciting part. I have no idea.
You know what? I'm not sure anyone loves the unknown as much as you.
It only stays that way until someone cares enough to make it known. In Thuri, that someone will be me.
Will I see you again?
Our paths may cross once more, and I hope they do. If that comes to pass after all, it likely means something big is following, close behind.
Then I hope our adventures are nowhere near complete.
I wonder if he's going to be in the
Never
DLC.
hated saying goodbye.
To do so is to impart a sense of finality, and we have no way of knowing if this truly is goodbye.
Good luck in your travels, Herodotos. I can't wait to hear what you get yourself into.
I'll share my stories with you, so long as you bring some new ones of your own.
I can do that.
Alright, so yeah, that's the end of that. Dude, you okay? I swear, this time, it was not me. I promise I did not kill this man. Not today, anyway, unless that body's been there for a very long time. So yeah, that was the DLC, or that was the Lost Tale. So we do have one more Lost Tale, but it looks... I did not expect him to leave at the end of that. I'm fine with it. I just didn't expect it. Which, you know, a lot of things in this game. It's like, I'm fine with that, but it was unexpected. It doesn't actually look... I mean, I guess I'll look up that Lost Tale, just like the last one, just to see like whether or not, because maybe it has something to do with the DLC, or something. I don't know. I mean, fucked if I know, because I don't see it anywhere. So maybe I'm just missing it because like I'm zoomed out so much and it's like in behind something that I'm not catching that little bit of blue that's there, or maybe it is a Lost Tale that ties in with the DLC, which would be weird since the Lost Tales are free, but you know, that also, it would, once again, it would be weird, but I could see it. Cause you know, there you know,
Have a good flight.
I imagine this game on the PlayStation must be annoying as fuck to trophy hunters, right? Because like, as somebody who does hunt achievements, you know, like on the Xbox, right? When a new DLC comes out, it just adds it to the achievement list. Whereas on the PlayStation, they're all separate. So like every time a DLC comes out, it adds a separate category within the game's trophy list, so that like you don't, like, because you can't lose your platinum trophy, right? And since the platinum trophy is to get all the trophies, when they add a new trophy, it gets separated from the rest, right? And there's like 10 or so Lost Tales that were free DLC. So like I can just imagine like the trophy list for that, like it's got to be massive, because each one of those would be like, I don't know how it works with free DLCs. Maybe it's different. I'm not sure. I don't think I have a PlayStation game that had free DLC. Maybe No Man's Sky, because that's had a lot, but I haven't looked at the trophy list. I haven't played it in a long time. So I haven't looked at the trophy list because it wasn't really one that I was planning on platinuming. But either way, if it's all the same, that would be fine. But at the same time, if because it's free DLC, it just goes into the regular trophy list, then that would be annoying, because if this one Lost Tale that I have left is tied to the DLC, then, you know, you would have the free one, which it would probably automatically download. Because I don't think I purposely downloaded any of the Lost Tales. I'm pretty sure just whenever they came out, they came out. So you'd have an incomplete trophy list for and then if you didn't buy the DLC, you couldn't finish it again, right? But anyway, that has been everything for this part. I'll look up The Lost Tale. I have a feeling it's tied to the DLC, though. So on Wednesday, we may start the Legacy of the First Blade DLC and see how that goes. I know that they add, like, Order of Ancient People, because I've already killed one, which was weird. But I don't know how much they add outside of that. So thanks, everybody, for watching, and I'll see you Wednesday.